is known that on average 2 people in 5 in a certain country are overweight. A random sample of 400 people is chosen. Use a suitable approximation. Find the probability that fewer than 165 people in a sample are overweight. Okay, fewer than 165. Okay, therefore, now first thing, let's find out the p-value. Okay, this is basically a binomial distribution. Okay, but since using suitable approximation, now we have to use normal distribution to find an approximate value for the approximate probability for that. Okay, we can't use binomial, but the method is still the same. Okay, we still have to use the binomial details and apply that in normal distribution. Okay, let's look at this. So 2/5, so that's your p. Okay, that's your success percentage or the criteria over here, so which is 2/5, and this is 0.4. If p is 0.4, the complement of that, which is q, equals to 0.6. And how many data that we have? We have 400 people. Okay, so from there I can find what is mu, because to find using suitable approximation, we're going to use normal distribution. In normal distribution, we need standard deviation and mu, okay, which is the mean. So to find mu, which is the mean, we use n times by p. Okay, so n here is 400 and p is 0.4, so therefore the answer is 160. And standard deviation or variation equals to npq. Let's use this. So n equals to 400 times by 0.4 times by 0.6, and the answer that I have here is 96. Now let's draw the normal distribution curve. Okay, we know normal distribution curve is a bell curve, a symmetrical curve, and in the middle we have mu, which is the mean. Mean here is given as 160. If that's 160, the question here requires us to find fewer than 165. If that's 160, I can, let's say this is somewhere 165. Okay, so that's 165. So I need to use continuity. Okay, use continuity correction to find what is the lower bound or the upper bound that I'm going to use. If this is 165, the lower bound will be 165 point, 164.5. Okay, 164.5. And your upper bound is what 165.5 is. And since the question requires fewer than 165, I can't take anything more than 165. Certainly I have to take anything less than 165, but since the question says fewer than 165, I can't take 165, so it has to be the value after 164.5. So from here, first thing, find your z-score. So z-score is x minus mu over standard deviation. Okay, so z-score equals to 164.5 minus mu, which is 160, over 96. But that's variance, so you got to square root that. So square root of 96. And use your calculator to find your z-score, which is 164.5 minus 0.459279. Okay, you don't have to write all the values, but I like to write them, okay, such a way. So I'm going to look at the value to the left. Okay, to the left. Okay, use MF19. I always use MF19, and MF19 we know that the area is to the left. So find out what is the value. Okay, phi of z and the value that I have is 0.6768, and if I round that to 3SF, the probability of X equals to 0.677. Okay, and that's the answer.